Hey Eugenia, it's Dustin. I just wanted to make you a little video here. I'm just at my mom's house right now, just kind of sitting in the backyard here, watching the hummingbirds and stuff. There was just a beautiful storm. Sun just went down, so it's just beautiful, and the stars are gonna start popping out here pretty soon. And you know how much I love stargazing and stuff like that. I just love it and everything. I don't know if you can see behind me, just really beautiful dusk sunset behind me. It's just amazing. Here, let me show you right there. Yeah, I just had to show you that. It's just absolutely beautiful. But yeah, I just wanted to talk to you a little bit about stars and space and everything else. I just absolutely love being outside in the evening and watching the stars come out. It's just absolutely wonderful and beautiful, and the nice air and the fresh evening sky and all that. And yeah, just wanted to tell you a few of my favorite celestial objects in the night sky. I don't know, I think the first one, probably the Orion Nebula. I know you love space stuff, but yeah, the first one I love is the Orion Nebula. There's the whole Orion constellation. The Orion constellation, it actually rises, I think in the cold season is when you start seeing it in the southeast. Kind of rises in the southeast and sets in like the west to southwest area, but I don't know, it's just absolutely beautiful. Yeah, the Orion Nebula is actually 1,344 light years away from us. So it's pretty far. There's stuff that's way farther, but yeah, 1,344 light years away. Yeah, it's just, you can see it's so bright in the sky. You can see like Orion's belt, you know, 1, 2, 3. And then kind of down and to the left, you'll see a bright spot, and that's the nebula. It's just absolutely beautiful. The nebula itself is like 24 light years across. So it is a huge nebula. It's a stellar nursery, and it's where stars are born and made. There's like 2,800 stars in the Orion Nebula that astronomers have counted so far, and more are being born. Yeah, and I think another one of my favorites, this is probably my absolute favorite, would have to be the Eagle Nebula, or as a lot of people call it, the Pillars of Creation. Not sure if you've seen it before. It's one of my favorite. I've looked for hours at the Pillars of Creation, just studying. It's just so beautiful. It's about 6,500 light years away, so it's way further than the Orion Nebula. It's absolutely beautiful. And it's about 4 to 5 light years across and 4 to 5 light years tall. So yeah, not sure if I can put some pictures in this video of it, but if I can't, I'm going to send you some pictures, my favorite ones of it. It's just absolutely gorgeous. So, and then you talk about our own galaxy, the Milky Way galaxy, which is 100,000 light years across. So that's huge. And of course, we're in a spiral galaxy. I always love looking up at the Milky Way, and like, especially when like you're out kind of in a desolate area and it's really dark out, even at the coast, and it just is so beautiful, you know, looking up and seeing it just illuminated. But just to give you an idea, the speed of light travels at 671 million miles per hour. So it takes 671 million miles per hour, and and our galaxy is 100,000 light years across. That means at that speed it would take 100,000 years at the speed of light, 671 million miles per hour, to go from one end of the galaxy to the other. That's pretty insane, and I just love thinking about these interesting facts about space and everything. It just absolutely blows my mind. Yeah, and our solar system actually travels at about 515,000 miles per hour around the center of the Milky Way galaxy. So to do one orbit around the center of the galaxy for our solar system takes about 230 million years to circle the galaxy once for our solar system. So just thought I'd tell you that. That's like unbelievable. And our solar system here and Earth is like 30,000 light years from the center of the galaxy. We're in a nice little sweet spot, kind of in the middle, kind of like in a spiral arm area, you know. But yeah, we're about 30,000 light years from the center. So at the speed, if we travel the speed of light, it'd take us 30,000 years to get to the center of the galaxy, which is crazy. And our galaxy, it has over 200 billion stars. That is a lot, and there are galaxies that are way bigger. Like one of my other favorite galaxies is the Sombrero Galaxy. Let me this a little bit. I love the Sombrero Galaxy. It's about 29 million light years away from us, and Sombrero Galaxy is not as big. It's half the size. It's only 50,000 light years across. So yeah, well, seeing pictures of that is absolutely beautiful. I think Hubble telescope is, all these things I'm telling you about, Hubble telescope just takes amazing pictures of it. The Sombrero Galaxy is just so detailed, and it looks like a sombrero. It's a lot of dust and rock you can see like on the outside, and it's so bright in the middle. Just I don't know, it's a really picturesque galaxy, I think. Then of course our closest galaxy is the Andromeda Galaxy, and that's about 2.4 million light years away. So, and the Andromeda Galaxy, it's more than twice the size of ours. It's like over 200,000 light years across. It's huge. And in about 4.5 billion years, the Milky Way galaxy and the Andromeda Galaxy are going to collide and become one super elliptical galaxy. So we won't be around for that, but people think that planets, stars, and everything will crash into each other, but they won't. Planets and galaxies are just so far apart that they would all miss each other, and they would just peacefully combine. So it's not actually a cataclysmic event. It's just a combining of two galaxies. So, and I guess from what astronomers say, it happens all the time. And then you got a couple of my favorite planets. Jupiter, I just love Jupiter, especially in the cold season when it is rising in the, you can see the big red dot of Jupiter rising in the east, and I just love it. I can see it from my window up in my room. It's just absolutely beautiful. It's about 450 million miles away, so yeah, it's quite a distance, you know, past the asteroid belt, but yeah, 450 million miles away. And it's actually 318 times the size of Earth. So you could fit 318 Earths inside Jupiter. It's just absolutely massive. And it has 67 moons. That is a lot of moons. Our moon is like 2,000 miles across, and Ganymede is the biggest moon in the Jupiter or Jovian system. And yeah, Ganymede's like 3,200 miles across. It's a pretty big moon. So yeah, it looks real rocky, like lots of stuff have hit it and everything, like huge events like exploding and running into it. So it's a pretty tattered looking moon from what I've seen of pictures and everything, but I love moons. Moons are just amazing. I think they're just so interesting. Yeah, Jupiter actually takes 12 years to make one travel around the sun. So yeah, 12 of our years is, that means Jupiter has gone around the sun one time. And Jupiter's actually our protector because its gravity is so massive. It pulls asteroids and comets and everything that would hit Earth into it, and they crash into Jupiter harmlessly, and it actually saves us and protects us. So it is our protector. And I don't know if you've heard of the comet Shoemaker-Levy 9, but that was like, oh God, what was it, 15, 20 years ago? It crashed into Jupiter, and they recorded the event and everything. That comet could have, you know, hit us or whatever. You know, I mean, chances are not likely, but could have. But instead, Jupiter, you know, saves the day and pulls in all that debris, and yeah, it just crashes into Jupiter's atmosphere. And then the last one is Saturn. I just love Saturn. Everybody seems to love Saturn too, you know, Saturn's rings and everything else. And Saturn's like 800 million miles away from us, so it's almost twice the distance as Jupiter. It is pretty dang far away. And it takes 29 years for Saturn to orbit the sun once. 29 years. That's like, that is a long time. And has like 150 moons. It's just like twice as many as Jupiter, it sounds like. And Titan is probably the most interesting moon. Titan is like, has an atmosphere. It's like an orangey, hazy atmosphere. It's like over 3,000 miles across. It's way bigger than our moon. We even actually had a probe land on Titan before. I'm not sure if you've seen that, but there was pictures as it came through the atmosphere, and it landed on the ground. There's mountains, rivers, lakes, valleys, but it is not water that creates all that. It's actually liquid methane. So, yeah. Liquid methane. So that'd just be crazy to have lakes and rivers full of liquid methane. But I just have to tell you, on Saturn, the most interesting thing is at the North Pole. And this is why Saturn is one of my favorite. There is a storm directly at the center of the North Pole that is 18,000 miles wide. It's called the Hexagon Storm. That is because this storm is a perfect six-sided hexagon. And scientists are absolutely baffled as to why there is a storm that is a perfect six-sided hexagon shape. And I just find it so amazing. And there's this, so you could fit 2 Earths inside this storm at the North Pole. I'm gonna send you pictures on it. It's so beautiful. Whoa. I just saw lightning flash. But yeah. It's absolutely beautiful. It is a huge, huge storm that's been raging for centuries, but I'm going to go to the front right now real quick. So I just wanted to make this little video for you, Eugenia. It's getting real dark out right now. There's a big overhead light there, but oh, it looks real pretty out. It's real dark. Yeah, just a beautiful sunset today, so just wanted to make you this little evening video. So I love you so much. Oh wow, there's lightning in the distance over there. But I love you so much, and I hope you're doing good, and I hope if you're watching this in the evening, hope you have a good night's sleep, and I will talk to you soon. Miss you lots. So, and I will see you in my next video, Eugenia. So, wish I was out here right now with you, holding your hand and looking at the stars, because they are coming out. And especially to the east here, because there's a storm to the west back there. So, love you so much. I'll talk to you later. Okay. Kiss. And another kiss. And I'm sending you hugs too. Okay. Love you.